Aquarius rising. How you doing, Aquarius? This is your reading for the Leo full moon. It's happening on the 12th of February 2025. My name's Chloe. I work with card divination, astrology, and as you just heard, and as you can see, I channel multi-dimensional energies through my body, both in the form of physical and vocal light language. All of this brings in healing, attunement, and activation codes to the messages that want to come through in this reading. Firstly, a little bit of housekeeping. Up until the end of the 12th of February, all personal readings are 50% off. The code is Luna50. It's in the description box. If you apply that at the cart on the website. If you want to pay by PayPal, email me directly. And so they're all 50% off at the moment. So that's a big discount for everybody. I've done a second YouTube channel as well. And this is where I'm on camera. I'm doing more transmissions, more activation codes to get us in alignment, right, and really bring that frequency in within us. Very playful, lots more channeling. So if you feel so inclined to check that out, shorter videos. There's only 3 up there at the moment. The last one was the Pisces North Node activation, which was beautiful. I've seen the synchronicities ramp up since I did that. The link is in the description box, also linked onto this channel. So let's get into this reading. I read for the rising signs. So for those of you who do not have Aquarius in the first house, look to the house it does fall in. Look to the themes of that house, and you want to apply those themes along with all the other meaning you've got going on in the sign of Aquarius to the messages that come through. For example, I have Aquarius in the 7th house. My moon and my Jupiter is there. So to apply the themes of the 7th as well as the meaning of the moon and Jupiter to the messages that want to come through, because it will be as if that Aquarius energy, wherever it falls in your natal chart, has now energetically moved to the 1st house. So the astrology for the rising sign will always still link in. You've just got to add on your own natal chart meaning on top of it. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So Aquarius. Firstly, there is a collective reading. I have broken this down in a lot more detail of how the celestial bodies are talking to each other at the exact moment of the full moon, which forms a harmonic blueprint. Forms a harmonic blueprint, and then therefore like a code that we're then working with over the next 6 months. So even this is a full moon and it marks a level of completion. I believe we get a download at a full moon that we then work with over the next 6 months up until the Leo new moon. So even if you're watching this after the event, you are not missing out on any of the energy. There is going to be 3 piles. The first pile is going to be what shadow aspect has come to completion with this full moon, and what integrated aspect has come to completion with this full moon. So we're going to get 2 cards there. Second part is going to be 1 card, and that's going to be what's the activation that's coming in that you're going to be working with over the next 6 months. And then pile 3 is going to be 1 card of how to work with it, how to amplify it. We'll also get the card at the bottom of the deck as well as 2 other oracle cards. I'm shuffling, I'm doing it a little differently than I usually do. I do jumpers, but at the moment I'm going to just run through all the houses. I'm going to be focusing on the houses in these readings. So as I said, the astrology of it all is over in the collective reading. In terms of aspects and other stuff going on. And then I'm going to cut the deck 3 times and we're going to get cards that way. So Aquarius, where is this happening for you? It's happening in your 7th house, the house of the other, right? This is one-on-one important relationships in your life, be that business partners, clients, intimate friends, long-term committed romantic relationships, as well as your relationship with source. So the moon is over there highlighting an expansion around your relationships in your life, right? It can also bring in heightened intuitive energy around your relationship with source. The moon represents our emotional body, our intuition, whether our needs are being met or not. How do we give and receive nourishment? And so there's a real sense of completion of a cycle. You may find yourself hanging out one-on-one with someone around this time. That's important in your life, right? So this moon is representing a clearing out of a particular part of a cycle around connecting and commitment and having important relationships in your life, right? You might find yourself being naturally drawn to spending one-on-one time with people around this moon. So it's releasing the shadow side of sort of distortions around whether you're how to meet the needs of the other, how to meet the needs of yourself in one-on-one relationships. Being more in intuitively alignment when you're with other people, having your needs being met by the other as well can really show up with this kind of full moon. An elevation of your intuitive connection to source, right? Getting downloads, as I said. Now the sun is over in your sign, Aquarius. Oh, just saw my little cat who's on sitting in the room do a big stretch and feeling very comfortable with herself. As I say, the sun is in Aquarius in your first house, your house of self, how you embody yourself through your actions and your deeds. This is your body, your character. Pre-shuffle card that came out as I'm talking about is the Aquarius card, right? So how other people see you as well, right? So she just did a stretch out of the body. You might want to do some stretching around this full moon. You'll just chill out and realize, feeling quite confident about yourself with the sun being there. There's other astrology going on in Aquarius that's very much linked into this moon. That's all over in the collective reading. But the vision, the clarity, the understanding, okay, well, what do I need from the other? How do I want to show up with the other, right? What kind of dynamic do I need in my life? As I said, with the moon and the sun, with the self and source, this is big downloads. That you're going to have a very clear understanding about, right? We can shy away from commitment, responsibility, which is the other, right? Which is that sort of commitment one-on-one. And so this is really going to elevate your understanding of where there have been wounds and where you're now in alignment with self, that's allowing you to be more in a flow state with the other. Uranus is over in your fourth house of your roots, right? Your foundations, your ancestors. This is the parental figures, the roof overhead, and the things that you do in private. So Uranus has gone direct now. Uranus has been moving forwards along with Jupiter over in your fifth house of creativity. And Uranus is all about the path clearer, the breaker of chains, wants you to be confident being yourself, basically, right? It's very innovative, very inventive, sudden shifts, sudden changes in your root system. So this is say you've got a lot of conditioning from the ancestors, from parental figures, particularly in the way that you show up with the other or how the other shows up with you, those kind of distorted love languages. Uranus is kind of like going, enough of that. Let's get back to the true soul frequency rather than the conditioning, and really feed that energy into your root system that's allowing you to let go of the shackles when it comes to certain understandings and confines around relationships in your life, whether that's source or in the 3D. Sudden shifts and changes of your understanding of how you feel strong in the world, right? Your foundational energy. So there may be certain awarenesses that come through with the other that let you know that you're good, right? That you're solid, that you're stable. And there may be certain, triggers that show up with this moon where you would have normally got distorted by the other. And now you're no longer like, oh no, I can see that relationship is not actually what I need. And it's in fact just recreating my relationship with my parental figures, right? Those sort of things that's allowing for a greater sense of liberation and an open heart. Yeah, that's more in alignment with your truth, your clarity, your vision, the sun over in Aquarius. Juno is up in your 10th house, right? All the fixed signs are being activated. This is called a grand fixed cross. Juno represents commitment, and the 10th house is your life path. Your career, your visibility, your reputation. She's clearing away old wounds in our fixed emotional body around all of that and allowing us to commit and be dedicated to the path that we walk. With the liberation energy going on with Uranus. That's allowing the freedom of Juno to cultivate a deeper connection to your truth of your commitment. Now, so for some of you, this may be elevating an understanding of a relationship in your life, right? Significant relationship that's leading to a stronger foundations, right? Feeling more confident being yourself, allowing a commitment to the past. So this could see more clients come in. This could see a stronger commitment to a romantic relationship, a deeper understanding with source that's allowing you to be confident walking your path. Now with this grand fixed cross, we can be pulled in lots of different directions, right? All the fixed signs are being activated and they'll all want your attention. And this is fixed for the next 6 months. The trick with the grand fixed cross, in order to stop it from like overstimulating you, distracting you, not getting anything done, they turn it into a generator of power, is when you are feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling pulled in lots of different directions. Doing a calming energy, right? Bring a calming energy in, stabilize the nervous system, a simple in breath, a simple out breath, maybe a little bit of meditation. Let go of all of the being pulled in different directions, center yourself, clear your energy, and then see what instinctively comes up after that clearing in relation to each of those 4 houses. And the more that you do that, the more you'll be naturally in intuitive alignment with the flow of all these 4 houses, that turns it into a generator where they're all feeding energy into each other because they're not fighting with each other. Squares, we've got a lot of squares and oppositions here. Squares are ruled by Mars. It can bring conflict and frustration and drama. Know that it's coming to the surface in order for you to figure out, okay, what does conflict mean to me? How am I going to work with it? As well as, oh, there's friction here. I can build here. I can redirect that energy, as well as things coming to the surface in order to be released. Now, the final bit of astrology I'm going to talk about is the fact that Saturn, the sun rules the moon, right? So the moon is in Leo, ruled by the sun is in Aquarius, ruled by Saturn. Now, where's Saturn? So Saturn's influencing this moon. Saturn's in your 2nd house of your skills and your tools, your resources, right? How you manifest and bring in regular income, the things that you value and how you value yourself. So there's a real power up here of value, right? Of a commitment to that, of a commitment to manifestation that's more in alignment with a deeper confidence of the path that you're walking, right? Rather than, perhaps you've had certain relationships in your life that create distorted values, right? And they don't value you, or you don't value them, wherever it's out of balance. Saturn's coming along going, enough of this. Let's get real. Let's get committed to the truth of it. For some of you, this is about clients, because of Saturn being in your 2nd house of your regular income, that you may be meeting a business partner, right? And working together with someone in order to, get more regular income, feel stable in your foundational space, and understand your path at a greater level. Right, so we've got the cards. Let's see what's going on. What's the shadow? So what shadow aspect of this moon is being cleared out, right? We have the 10 of Cups in the reverse. So this is the shadow work, the unintegrated interaction with the 7th, right? And so you see 2 people here. In the upright, this is seeing the outside world manifest your inner alignment, right? The happy home, the happy family. This is just a representation of your inner alignment, your inner emotional abundance showing up in the outside world, right? So this can be a stronger connection to source. This could be a business partner coming in where you're able to, get that mortgage, right? It doesn't have to be romantic. But it's in the reverse. So it's a block around all of that, a block around thinking you can even have this, right? That this sense of joy, this exuberation, it's one of the most positive cards in tarot, that you're clearing out the block around this, right? That there's resistance there with the self and the other working together, right? You see the 2 people, there's 2 twos here, right? So it's really highlighting the self and the other. This can be like inner child stuff influencing the adult dynamics that we have in our lives. And this is being cleared out. This is the shadow that this full moon is letting go of. This is very powerful. So what is being integrated, right, with this full moon that you've been working on? What's been the integrated energy that's coming to a completion, the stage of it, right, that then becomes embedded within you? We've got the 5 of Wands in reverse. So different kind of reversal energy. 5 of Wands in the upright is frustration, right? Low level conflict, things not manifesting, right? Things not working together, although there is an element of training with this card, and the person that I lived with pointed out that they're actually trying to create the 5-pointed star, the pentacle, right, the pentagram, which is the pentacle in earth energy. And so it's our instincts struggling to kind of manifest in the 3D world what we truly want and truly desire, right? Whether that's a healthy relationship, whether that's one-on-one clients, or a healthy relationship with source, whatever it is, that sort of, there's conflict going on, there's movement, but there's no momentum. There's nothing kick-starting in the way that truly feels right for your instinctive nature, right? And it's fire, right? So that's the Leo energy. It's in reverse. So it's letting go of that conflict, right? So this is the more integrated energy of the 5 of Wands, where you're able to then move forward, not procrastinate, not have that low level frustration. Perhaps, you know, you grew up with parental figures who were always kind of bickering, or weren't able to kind of show love in the way that you truly want to, your soul truly wants to. And so this is kind of clearing out that level of frustration of things not moving forwards, of there being conflict, of there being manifestation. That's really powerful. Okay, so now what is coming in with this full moon? What's the download that's coming in? The activation code that's then going to unfold over the next 6 months. We have the 6 of Cups. This is really beautiful, right? So this is really making peace with the past, like legit being in emotional balance, because it's the 6 with all that's come before you, right? So you say you've had some difficulty with the other, say you've had some struggle with, remember this is involving home and life path as well as self all coming together. So this is super powerful, of with all those 4 areas, making peace with the wounds, the grievances, the distortions in your emotional body about how you act, how you respond. Letting go of some like really core archetypal wounds and making peace with it. This is the biggest house in tarot, which represents a huge level of safety and security within yourself, right? And really allowing to connect and receive, to give and receive with the other. This could indicate a soul partnership coming in that you may have had a previous lifetime with. Now, I don't want you to go and do meerkatting, and wherever you go and whatever you do, looking at, well, where's this person? Where's this person? No. That means you're in conflict. That means you're in lack. Don't go about be you. Get into a state of emotional alignment. Show up with other people. Show up to life as if this is already here, right, and fully integrated, of you being at peace with all the old wounds. But it's very, this openness to receive, this openness to give, because we've got 2 figures here, and there's an exchange going on, and there's flowers growing out of these cups, right? So there's a sense of abundance, there's a sense of new growth coming through. Now that you've sort of cleared out these blocks and this thing's not manifesting, now your emotional body is making peace, right? You're wanting to start to connect at a higher level, and as I said, it could be to do with soul family, but the overall energy is genuinely feeling very aligned with the other because of not holding on to the wounds. And again, the house, this is the sense of abundance, this sense of, you know, if we go with Uranus in the 4th, right, with your home, Uranus wants you to get rid of the shackles, right? Uranus is over it. So there's clearly something in the emotional body now that is going to come to the surface so you can be at peace. So you're no longer like holding on to the parental figures and the ancestors of what's reoccurred in your life that's given this sense of resistance. Just heard a fox outside make a noise. So there's this sense of really activating your instinctive nature beyond the conditioning of the collective. Right, how to work with the 6 of Cups, 9 of Swords in reverse. Get out of your head. Right, this is about worrying, regret about the past, pain about the past, worrying and freaking out about the future, which means we are not in the present, right? This is anxiety energy. This is adrenaline, cortisol running through you, right? Where you're not in the present. You are constantly externalizing your perspectives to the past that's then imprinting what's happening in the future, right? And this is about balance and being present in this moment, feeling safe and secure of connecting to your emotions and allowing them to flow in this moment without worry and fear, right? So they're really wanting you to get present and let go of the old narratives of the past. Or they're moving this card all around the head. They went all around the head and now they're at the heart. Now they're at the throat. So, you know, a clearer communication level, clearer perspective. They're now the third eye, a deeper knowing, right? So this is saying, hey, don't worry about what's going to happen in the future, right? Try and get an alignment with... I'm just feeling called, like, maybe do some meditations and ask your higher self, right? Ask that part of you that is not conditioned in the way that we are, right? Ask it, okay, show me the truth of what I feel in regards to others. Show me the truth of the connection. Show me the truth of how I want to show up. Show me the truth of whatever difficult thing may be going on in a relationship. What's that trying to teach me? Rather than being in conflict, rather than being worried and in fear, show me the truth of source in alignment with my frequency. You know, all those kind of things of bringing the other, bringing this sense of, rather than making assumptions and you know, as I say, imprinting the past into the future. Have questions, be open to some certain messages, but it is saying get out of that fear, get in alignment with your emotional body. Right, root energy of this download, Queen of Cups. She is serene. She can see so far into the future. She's a psychic. Nearly swore there. She's a badass, right? She can see so far, but instead of worrying about what's going on, she's at peace with it. She's so serene, she's turning into her environment. Look, her foot is turning blue, right? She is very psychic, very intuitive. This is deep nourishment and tending to your emotional body. So there's a real power energy here around water, right? Remember, Saturn is governing this in Pisces, of how you value yourself, right? And I think there's some core stuff that's now being activated and released that you may have thought wasn't there. And that's not the main message. The main message is balance and feeling safe and secure in this, in your emotional body, in this incarnation, that's allowing you to connect, right? Allowing you to bring in a higher level of capacity to give and receive with the other. Right, we're going to get 2 oracle cards. I felt called to use the Carl Gray Gateway of Activation deck because this, with all these fixed signs, right? All the fixed signs being activated, fixed energy keeps on going, right? It can be very stubborn, but there's a real power of transformative energy going on because we've also got mutable stuff going. It feels like a portal, right? That all the fixed signs are activating this portal, like right in the middle. So I wanted to use a deck that was kind of big energy, and so we're using this to see what is this portal that is being activated that's linked into these 4 fixed signs. And then we're going to get some wisdom from Rainbow Brainskull, which is a very scorpionic card. If we think about your reading in terms of the self, the other, the home, your foundations, and your life path, right? The more that we are coming into balance with the emotional body, the more that we're feeling safe and secure and seeing the abundance in all the things, right? The more that you get in a flow state, Pisces energy, Saturn, of knowing your true value and knowing how you coming to a deeper knowing because of this clearing out of the worry, the fear, the conditioning energy, soothing your emotional body, tending to it, coming into a state of serenity. It's allowing you to understand, it's getting you in a frequency of being able to manifest what you desire in all these houses. Again, beyond the conditioning, that Juno-Uranus opposition, squaring the sun and the moon. Squares, as I said, bring about conflict, drama, but it's about building. And they're clearing out so much clutter for us, which is why this feels like a big portal that's bringing in a very high vibrational frequency for us to create in the 3D world from our heart. Leo rules the heart. Right, so the activation, the download, duela di anima that's coming in for you, my loves, my Aquariuses. We have the I am presence. Why is it? There we go. Light body ascension. Accessing the divine within. Yeah, this feels very much like the soothing, so you can genuinely believe in this. The I Am presence is frequently mentioned in the Ascended Master's teaching. It is the individualized presence of the divine that rests within all of us. Personally, and you know, the moon over in the 7th, right? Your relationship, the connection to source is letting you really step into your power and not the conditioning, right? Letting go of the past, letting go of the worry, letting go of the fear over the future, and standing in a place of serenity, which is allowing this true frequency within you to come out. Personally, I see no difference between the I Am presence and what other people call the inner teacher or higher self. Didn't I say do a little meditation to connect to that? It's the aspect of divinity that lies within us, offering us great wisdom. It's the inner Buddha or Christ consciousness. It's the part of our soul that has never forgotten that it's connected to divine love. Even when our faith is challenged, there's a part of us that knows there's something out or in there that is the I Am. This card is a gateway that allows you to reflect upon the fact that this incredible infinite divine being is within you, always aligned with love and always offering wisdom. Yeah, big power energy coming in from source saying, I got you. For a long time, the I Am has been dormant, and we have been encouraged to believe that we are insignificant and powerless. But the more that we connect with the divine, the more we realize that it's resting gently within us. We are the divine expressing itself. We are a facet of the God particle, having an individual experience, but we are part of the whole. Place your hands on your heart and belly and say, I call forth from the core of my being the mighty I Am presence. Great universal cosmonaut, star being, star power, thank you for standing at the forefront of my heart and mind. Thank you for leading the way with your divine intelligence. You are experiencing a great shift, which is helping you understand yourself in ways that were previously impossible. That's the sun, the clarity of vision, of the intuition that you're getting from source, Itala, of who on earth you really are. Right? Why is this not Dianima? Dishini. Otoenia. Sorry, this is really annoying me that this is not. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. So this is the I Am being out of focus, now coming into focus. This is an exciting time. You are connecting with the highest form of intelligence within you. The body of light within you is growing brighter, and you are becoming aware of how your actions and choices affect the unfolding of your future. That is Saturn. Get right with cause and effect. Get right with your integrity. And these blocks, right, are the recreations of old patterns. This is really helping you get rid of those shackles and get into alignment. The bright light you are is expressing itself unapologetically. Right, rainbow. What have we got for rain? Aha! Dianimo duela. Di shanima. Utwena. We have from Rainbow Brainskull. You never get there and you never stay here. You are never, lol, you are never in the past or the future. Right? Take that on. Take that on, Aquarius. That's a double message right there. Your awareness perpetually resides in the now. Stop yearning and appreciate the infinite magic of the eternal presence. Right, let's cut the deck and see what's with this one. I used to live in fear, so I know the area well. Yep, hasn't changed much. I'm going to quickly read that because I think that card references how you're not in that landscape anymore. The object of fear is to claim more of itself. It will always be this way. Focusing on your worries will only multiply them. Instead of trying to escape or fight anxiety, accepting it can allow you to focus on real solutions, right? So that's not being in conflict with it. Let it move through you. That's certainly been a practice that I've been doing every time I've had some difficult energy show up, of not hiding from it, letting it go through and center into the present moment. Also, I find going and doing something like really mundane, like the washing up, while you're going through this can just help redirect the energy. But again, you're doubling down on the fact that you're that car in that picture in the land of fear. They're not out in the land. They're driving through it, right? They're aware that it's there. In Tibetan, I believe they say fear is here rather than I'm feeling fearful, right? Or I'm scared, I'm afraid, that kind of stuff. They don't attach it, right? So you can simply acknowledge fear is here. Hello, fear. Welcome. Love is also here as well. Like, get them to hang out with each other. That's what I did for a while. And so again, doubling down on the on the get out of the head, Ito. So with I Am Presence, karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. There's a lot here about letting go of the past. Right, my loves. Don't forget there's 50% off until the end of the 12th of February. All personal readings. But other than that, Aquarius, be good to yourselves, be good to those around you. Safe travels and be well until we meet again.